I'm Neil Perrins, and I am the Chief Financial and Commercial Officer at Delta. So within Delta, I will be looking after finance procurement, as well as going forward our growth and partnerships team. I've now been here for, I think, over 3.5 years. I've been in the housing sector for scarily getting on for a decade, done a mix of roles, another housing association, and then before joining CHP, I worked on the Barking Riverside regeneration project.
Hello, my name's Fiona Hollingsworth and I am the Director of Growth and Partnerships at Delta. That basically means I oversee the development programme that's from right at the start, from buying land and using our own existing land to build houses, but also working with house builders to buy Section 106 opportunities to keep developing new affordable housing. I also work with our partners such as LGAH, M&G and Octopus Affordable Housing to make sure we are maximising the delivery of affordable housing in Essex.
What are your initial goals once we become Delta?
I think for me, there's a couple of things for us to pick up initially. Firstly, most importantly, is making sure that we bring colleagues together as one team, one Delta team, and making sure we're setting ourselves up well for the future. More functionally, we've got some great stuff going on. Obviously, we want to keep developing new homes and growing our strengthening our partnership approach. And on the finance side, of course, practically we need to make sure that everything is going well, of paying our suppliers still, making sure that all the core stuff that finance and procurement do come together well, and obviously then build from there.
Well, first of all, I'd like to welcome new members of my team to the team and make sure they feel that they're settled in well. Another goal for me will be really getting going on the Andrews Place regeneration project. I know that colleagues in Estuary haven't had a development programme for a number of years, and so by us starting our regeneration of Andrews Place, we'll create a template for regeneration that we can roll out across the whole portfolio of Delta. This means that hopefully one day we'll be able to regenerate estates like the Woodgrange estate and the Melbourne estate in Chelmsford.
Where do you see Delta 5 years from now?
Positively, one of the things we've talked about with our stakeholders through the merger is how Delta aligns really positively with a likely approach to devolution politically. I think therefore, with a little bit of a fair wind, I could easily see Delta positively being the key house association in Essex, making a real improved impact in housing across the south of our county, working even stronger in partnership with other bodies like the council, etc.
Well, hopefully in 5 years we'll have almost finished developing Andrews Place and we'll have a development of 261 homes, all of which will be affordable housing. I'd also like to think that we'll have expanded our development programme to an additional 2,500 homes across 10 years. So that's a really great benefit for the people of Essex who are in desperate need of housing. I'd also like to make sure that we are expanding our partnership with Octopus and our other partners to make sure we're enabling the delivery of affordable homes in Essex.
Where and how do you think employees can have the biggest impact at Delta?
I think, as always, but even more so at a time of change, employees have to be at the heart of what we do, and ultimately, in turn, employees are the ones that make the biggest impact on our customers and from a corporate point of view in all the things that we do and trying to achieve. So I think, for initial goals, getting the two teams brought together, helping people feel that we're one team going forward will help us unlock everyone being able to do the best they can be to achieve that biggest impact possible for Delta customers going forward.
I think they can have the biggest impact by making sure the customer experience is as smooth as possible. We're all one big family now, and so making sure that every customer in Delta gets the same service is going to be really important for managing the transition. I know our teams are really dedicated to customer service, and so this will come naturally to them.
What should employees hold you accountable for as leaders?
I think not just as leaders, but as each other, as colleagues, we should all hold each other's account for delivering our promises. Making sure we're we're doing what we said we do and supporting each other, whereas supporting each other in a delivery of work context, but also being kind to each other and make sure we're supporting each other, especially for a time of change, through uncertainty to again get to where we all want to be, having a positive impact for our Delta customers.
Well, you should hold me accountable for what we say we're going to do, that we're actually going to do it. So if I'm not delivering Andrew's Place, you should hold me to account for that. We've worked really well with our partners at CCC to try and get this project off the ground, and I'd like to start on site this calendar year. I'd also like to hope that you can hold me to account for making sure that our teams are well integrated within the full Delta family. That means making sure that we're working well with our colleagues in asset management, with the DLO, with housing management, and with our services like finance and HR.
What's one tradition from CHP or Estuary that you hope to bring to Delta?
I think one of the things which I think we do great is the various events often by some of our staffing groups that bring sometimes some insight, but also sometimes some fun. So I think about things such as the Christmas quiz that happens each year. That'd be great to make sure we continue that sort of stuff, but also possibly some of the great events that go on to help us all understand more about a diverse series of topics which are really important to colleagues.
Well, I think something that CHP has done really well over the last few years is create an inclusive environment for everyone. We've had some great accreditations over the years, and I'd like to make sure that when we come together as one big family, we're carrying that through into the new organisation, because I'm really passionate about making sure that everyone feels included and welcome and gets the same opportunities in Delta as they do at CHP.
Tell us something interesting about you.
For me, hopefully interesting. I've got some hobbies when I ever get some time, but it's not family related. So some people know, some people don't. I'm a qualified football coach, UEFA C license, and like helping support a team that my children play for in the village. Also a qualified referee, as well as being able to mentor and support development of referees, particularly young referees coming through the system, which was great, like giving something back in that regard. Also, in terms of some bits about me, where again, when I ever get time, a big fan of music, live music, particularly indie music. Probably a couple of particular stand-up ones, or favourite songs or artists. Start with a band that people know, Stereophonics, but perhaps a slightly unusual track called Traffic. I'm happy to sing along in the car to that when it comes on. More widely, a fan of a small band I've seen with Stereophonics years ago, called Turin Brakes. Again, a good little fun song from them called Painkiller. Again, another one which I quite like when it pops up on the Apple Music Shuffle.
So I live in North London with my husband and my dog and my 2 cats. I'm absolutely animal obsessed. If you put a furry animal in front of me, I will be completely distracted. I've just come back from a holiday in Japan, which was actually my honeymoon, which I loved and highly recommend to anyone looking for an exciting holiday. And I'm a really passionate rower. That's where I met my husband. I was actually the person shouting in the front of the boat as the cocks. So if any of you are looking to watch the Oxford-Cambridge boat race, I'm the person shouting at the crew in the front. That's usually where you'd find me on the weekends. So I love rowing. I do a lot of sports outside of work to keep fit. And yeah, that's my passion.